Yay, we're in. Somebody had to say it.
I know, look at that.
Oh, Tara, what happened to your voice? You're supposed to have that Mickey Mouse voice thing going on.
Not on Zoom.
Phil, can you hear us okay?
Yep.
Okay, great. We kind of got a double Liz going on here.
We do.
A what? A double Liz?
Yeah.
I don't see everybody. Maybe that's the problem here. Oh, yeah, I see. I got you.
There are two of me.
Yep. Hey, let me tell you, if there's two of either one of you, we are lucky, lucky, lucky.
I was worried there was two of, like, never mind.
Oh. Hey, Phil, when your sound isn't real loud, your voice isn't real loud, so you may have to get up closer to your computer when you actually present.
Some might say that might not being loud was an advantage.
Yeah. Hey, you got to tell me, how was the shot? Did you go, ow?
No, it was impressively smooth, very impressively well greased.
Nice.
There was natural guard there and everything. It was smooth as silk. It probably took 20 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's great. Kim Novak's getting her shot on Thursday.
Who is?
Kim Novak.
Oh, good.
Yeah, good for her.
Hey, Eric, can I share my screen so I can show the presentation, please?
Yeah, sorry, I was muted. There we go. All right.
Ooh, I like your background, Eric.
Thank you. Reminders of better days, I think. All right.
I'm gonna have to change locations here. I'm a little laggy here.
So Eric,
right.
I'm glad you didn't use the Ridgefield background tonight.
All right, it's just gonna be
no, I don't have a Ridgefield background. I do, on the other hand. Let me see. I've given you sharing permissions, Tara.
Thank you.
In fact, everybody's got sharing permissions. I do have this. If you can identify this school district.
I don't know.
That would be our old colleague Ingrid Colvard up in Stevenson Carson.
Oh my gosh, really?
Isn't that pretty? I went up there on Labor Day and took some shots. She's got me doing some work for her.
Wow, beautiful. That is beautiful country.
It is a gorgeous, gorgeous district.
Yes.
And we will be leading you through all the different dual credit options here at the high school. So that's college in the high school, CTE dual credit, Cascadia Tech, and Running Start. So the first part, though, is going to be an introduction by our principal, Dr. Philip Pearson.
Howdy, everybody. So the point here of the next short time is going to be to try to set the table a little bit for the purpose of dual credit in CTE, college, and the high school. I think AP is covered perhaps,
yes.
But also Running Start. Well, what's the purpose? Why are we doing this? What was the foundations for this were actually laid several years ago, and that's kind of what the next few minutes are about. Spoiler alert, this little part of this section is called Preparing Students Who Are Ready. Spoiler alert, it'll turn out that every student is ready. So can you hit the next slide there?
I started.
There it is. Okay. So this is the vision. This is the Woodland Public School vision statement. And you can see that there's a couple words here highlighted unsubtly. All children, each child, full access. Really the root of this, like if you were going to boil this down to a single phrase, it's every student, every kid, every kid has a chance to swing for the fences. That really resonates with me. Like we got to remove barriers. Every place we see a barrier, break it down. Every limit we see to opportunity, break it down. The ideal goal is that every student gets to the end of their high school career and they've got about 8 different really cool options to choose from. We want them to have a chance to get to choose from many different things, break down all the barriers that we run into. We bust them down. That really is the root of this. And I really feel great about this statement. So go to the next one, if you would there, Tara. So what was life like? 1960, a little before I was born, but not that much. Late 1950s, when NASA was launching men into orbit. Well, these were the computers.
Phil, we lost you.
Can you go to the next slide, please, Tara? Okay, so here's the stats. 100,000 calculations per second, about $1 million computer. That's what you're looking at, 1959. That was the level of technology that sent humans into orbit in Mercury, in the Mercury program. Okay, so where are we at now? Everyone's got a computer in their pocket. Everyone's got a supercomputer in the pocket. What are the stats of this machine? All right, so here it is. You can have 1 trillion calculations per second. 1 trillion per second. I kid you not when I say that you would have had to write grants to get computing time on your phone 20 years ago. We are all carrying supercomputers in our phone. That's how much it's changed. And it costs about $700. It's expensive, but nothing like $1 million. That's how much in 40 years the technology has advanced. Sorry, 60 years. The technology has advanced. All right, go to the next one. What about manufacturing? Well, in the 50s, there's manufacturing right there. You got a drill press, each part being kind of machined by a human being by hand. Now, this is what we're looking at. It almost doesn't look the same. You got some workers there working with a CAD program, CNC machine. It's all and the actual cutting, the actual manipulation of the tools, once the CNC machine is set, done by machines. It enables a kind of a precision. That was cars in the 50s, 60s. That's what it looked like. These days, it looks like, next slide. It looks like this. There aren't people handling the tools. There are people directing the robots, but there aren't people handling the tools. This is the future of work. This is what it looks like these days in many, many fields. Not every field, but many fields. And so when we start to think about what kind of opportunities do we want to prepare students for, this is the world they're stepping into. They're stepping into a world where everybody's connected to everyone all the time. And the ability for computers and automation to take over and do these tasks is unbelievable, unimaginable back in 1959. So would you go to the next one? So, will you go one more, please, Tara? Okay, so this is the vision statement again. And it highlights a little piece. Prepares them for responsible citizenship and a future of adaptability. Well, this is super important, right? Things are changing fast. We want to get them ready. Have every kid have a chance to, 8 or 9 really great options.
Your audio cut out again.
I think I'm nearly at the end here. There's one more thing to highlight here. This is the why. This is why the next slide is coming right here. Here it is. Wait, you were there.
You want me to go one more?
He's
Life
frozen.
and college, every student. This is really the key idea. And there's some metrics, you can't read them. The details aren't important. But the idea here on the far left column, every student ready for a career of some sort, for meaningful employment, contribute to where they're at. Every graduate is ready for life. There are certain kind of skills, certain kind of soft skills, certain kind of specific skills and habits of mind that every kid is ready for as they leave high school. And every student is ready for some post-secondary education, 2-year, 4-year college. Every kid can choose this. Every kid has a transcript that can prepare them for some kind of post-secondary, a technical college, associates, or 4-year college. I've never run into an adult who goes, oh, if only I didn't have such a strong high school transcript. Oh, if only I didn't, take that pre-calculus class, or, oh, if only I didn't take that, that CTE class, my life would be so much better. We really want kids to have a really strong preparation that gives them choices, that gives them options. So the key idea here is every kid ready. And this document was adopted actually. I wasn't here when it was adopted, but I love it. And so this is the basis. Why are we doing dual credit? Why are we doing college and high school? Why are we doing Running Start? This is it. We want every kid to walk out with multiple opportunities, and dual credit is a key piece to giving them those options.
So the big question, of course, is what is dual credit, right? And we've talked a little bit about that in the very beginning, but dual credit programs give students the opportunity to earn high school and college credit simultaneously. And we have multiple programs at our school that actually do that. And the big part of this is that students who earn college credit are more likely to graduate high school, enroll in college, and complete college degrees. So the more times we can put them in classes here that are dual credit, the more likely they are to then go on and continue those college or community college, technical school, whatever that may be, but post-secondary education in some manner. So the types of dual credit opportunities we have here are college and high school, advanced placement, so AP courses, CTE dual credit, Cascadia Tech, and Running Start, and that's either at Clark or LCC, Lower Columbia College. And we're going to kind of go through each one of those in a little more detail now. So when we look at AP versus college and the high school versus CTE dual credit versus Running Start, we're looking at these main factors here. The different environments that you will be in for each of those programs. We're going to look at kind of how the students actually earn those college credits, how colleges determine that credit, and of course, the cost of all of those different programs. So Ms. Maggie's going to take over talking about college and the high school.
Hello, everyone. For those who don't know, I'm Ms. Maggie, the other counselor. So I was in charge of college and the high school this year, and Cornerstone and college and the high school programs allow students to take Central Washington University and Lower Columbia College classes that are taught from some of our Woodland High School instructors. The awesome thing is that you don't have to leave campus to receive the classes from these two colleges. And this is eligible for 10th graders, 11th graders, and 12th graders. So when you're looking at this list of all of the college and the high school classes that we offer, so an important thing to look at is that AP English 1, Pre-Calculus, Calculus, and PUS History offer college credit for the first and second semester. So one high school semester of a college and high school class is equivalent to one college class for 5 credits. So for an example would be for pre-calculus. So if you take first semester of pre-calculus, you would earn 5 credits of Math 153. So that's the college level name of the class. But the high school name is pre-calculus. And then when you say the second semester, you earn 5 more credits of another class, which is Math 154 pre-calculus when taking that. So that's awesome that in one class, you can earn 10 college credits. So our astronomy and AP government are a little different. They only offer college credits for one of their semesters. So second semester of AP astronomy, you can earn 5 college credits of physics, but you must take the full year of astronomy. And with our AP government class, we offer for the first semester 5 college credits of political science.
And Ms. Talvides here actually, and she can kind of talk a little bit about her classes, so since she teaches the physics and astronomy.
Yeah, so I think Miss Maggie already really said, if you want the Physics 101 credit, you actually have to take the full year of astronomy, but you're taking it here at the high school, and you'll earn 5 credits of for college. And then if you're taking my physics course, you would take a full year of physics at the high school, but you would get 10 credits, college credits of physics, because you would take physics essentially 111 and then physics 112. I don't know. Is there more?
Okay, so to earn college credit, these credits are purchased at the beginning of each semester, and parents are billed through Central Washington or through LCC or Columbia Community College. So one thing that's awesome is there is a reduced rate. So if you were just to go to Central after high school, for 5 credits with these, it would be over $1,000. But with the reduced rate, if you take classes through Central, those would be $55 per credit. So for a 5 credit class, it would be $275. For our LCC class, that's $65 per credit, and it would be $325 for 5 credits. So at a much reduced rate. And the other thing is students won't be required to purchase books or pay college student fees. And there is times, it's every year changes, but some years we are able to have the districts help pay for some of those credits. But that's gonna change year to year. And some advantages about just college and the high school in general is when you think about like a quarter of a class, like at LCC, which is about 10 weeks, for a class that you would take at LCC for 10 weeks, if you take it for college and the high school, you get a semester of 20 weeks to complete this 5 credit class. That's also longer than you were to do it at Central. So it offers more time for the teachers to support the students and get the help you need to be successful in the class. And you receive college credit through your LCC or Central official transcripts. So what's nice is when you're senior applying for colleges, you're already going to have college transcripts that you'll be sending over there, not just high school transcripts. And also that LCC and CWU credit transfers to all Washington colleges. And it will also appear on your high school transcripts that you took advanced level courses.
Okay. So most of our college and high school are also AP classes. And the question always comes up, what if you take the AP classes, but you can't register and pay for those college credits? So you can take the class still, and you will still get obviously that same level, college level class, but there is also the opportunity you can take the AP advanced placement test. And the AP test is $98 per exam, and that is set by College Board. We do not create those schedules ourselves. We follow whatever College Board sends us. So AP is another program, another way of getting possible college credits without having to pay for the Central or LCC classes. The one thing I will say with AP programs too, you will get the test score from those AP exams, and they transfer differently to each college. So depending on which college you go to, it will look differently how that credit actually transfers, or how that test score, I should say, transfers to the credits at the different colleges. So that's something you would want to look into, whatever college you're thinking of going to, and seeing how that AP exam applies. Okay, one of the other great programs we have here is CTE dual credit. And CTE dual credit is through our CTE classes. Our CTE are career and technical education. So basically it boils down to any of Mr. Miller's classes, Mrs. Miller's classes, Ms. Ruff's classes. Those are our main CTE, oh, and Miss Pierce, sorry, don't leave Miss Pierce off there. But those are the main CTE teachers that teach. We do have a lot more CTE teachers also that teach like one class here or there. But the ones that produce CTE dual credit are Applied Mathematics, has 5 credits at LCC. Auto maintenance, if you take auto maintenance 1 and 2. So a full year of auto maintenance, you earn 5 credits from LCC. Computer applications, that's 1 semester class. You take 3, it earns 3 credits. ECE, so the full year of early childhood education, earns 15 college credits. Floral 1 and 2, again, the full year of floral earns 5 credits, and horticulture 1 and 2, a full year, earns 5 credits. The best thing about these CTE dual credit classes, they are free. You do not have to pay. There's no fees. There's nothing attached to them. The only thing you have to do in order to get the CTE dual credit is you have to apply for that. And there is a process. That process is outlined on our website and will be gone over by our instructors in those classes. But you're here. You've already put forth all the effort into the classes. You should get that college credit that you've already done. So another amazing program that we have, and we are really lucky since we border Clark and Cowlitz, we get to access Cascadia Tech. We are the most northern school that gets to access Cascadia Tech. So Cascadia Tech has many different programs, and each program, well, I shouldn't say each, almost all of their programs offer college credit. And you can look through this list right now that some of those programs like aviation offers 50 college credits. That is an amazing amount of college credits from doing aviation. And all of the Cascadia Tech programs, they offer, again, this college credit, and they offer that hands-on learning experience. And so they're really amazing programs. And right now, the Cascadia Tech, their applications are open. They are due February 28th. So if you're interested in any of these programs, you can always reach out to me. They have tours that are all virtual, of course, right now. And you can look at those. You can sign up and register and do all that. I am the Cascadia Tech coordinator. So if you have any questions, I'm your person to talk to about that. Now, the big question always is Running Start. So Running Start allows our juniors and seniors to go into college classes and going to the college to actually do those. And that's through Clark or LCC. Right now, of course, they are virtual classes. Next year, I have not heard whether they're going to be virtual still or if they are planning that they might go in person. Again, we will probably not know that till closer to the summer. So is Running Start for you? That's always a good question to look at because a lot of students want to just jump in. They're like, yes, I can take 15 college credits a quarter. So that means you can earn 45 college credits possibly for one school year. That translates to 9 high school credits with us. But it's not as simple as I want to earn a bunch of college credits, right? There's skills, there's things that you need in order to be successful at Running Start. So some of those skills are outlined here. You need to be able to be in a college level course. Okay, that's not a typical standard high school level. It is above that level. It is a more advanced honors level. So if you can be in our college and the high school courses, they're similar to that. You need to be self-motivated. You need to show that independence. Because one of the things that Running Start, one of the problems I should say we run into with Running Start is that we have no oversight of the classes. So parents need to be really aware. You can't check in with the professors. There's no skyward to look at. You need to be aware if you're doing Running Start, the student is on their own and is responsible for themselves. And we don't get grades until the final grades are processed. And then we get that report. So as a school, we don't get a check-in. And as parents, you don't get a check-in either. So we really have to trust our students and make sure that they have that independence and they're self-motivated. And it goes down to that next one of being emotionally mature and able to self-advocate. So these students have to be able to talk to their professors, ask for help if need be, and they need to make sure that they're really in that skill set, and that mindset to do that. And they need to have that time management and organizational skills. Again, we're not there to piece these assignments out. We're not there to tell them, okay, make sure you're writing down in your calendar that this part is due and this part is due. Some college classes do that. Many do not. So the student needs to be able to organize themselves and do that. The other part is, and we're going to talk about this later, Running Start is not a free program. We pay for up to 15 credits of tuition, but we do not pay all the fees. We don't pay for books. We don't pay for transportation. It still costs money to go there. So that is a really important fact as you're looking at this, because I actually just got an email from Clark College saying, hey, can you make sure parents understand that it's not free? Because they keep getting emails that parents think it's a completely free program. It's not. So unlike some of our programs, we don't have fees and books. Running Start does have those costs you need to cover. And then Running Start only covers the cost of tuition for 100 level or higher courses. And so when we talk about placement in a couple slides here, we will go over what that actually means and why that's really important. So thinking about who's responsible for all these different things in Running Start. So the student needs to make sure they're planning ahead, right? They need to attend each EVF meeting, and EVF stands for Enrollment Verification Form. That EVF form is what I sign off before every quarter, saying this is how many credits we're paying for. And these are all things that we will have. If your student is interested in Running Start, we will have a meeting before they start Running Start. And we will go over all the credit equivalencies and how many classes they can take. If they take some here, you can do dual credit or dual enrollment. You can take classes at the high school and still take Running Start classes, but you need to make sure you're not overbooking yourself or double scheduling yourself. And again, that's that next part, making sure if you do take a class here, we're not scheduling it also at Clark or LCC at the same time. For the high school, we're providing you those course equivalency sheets. We're telling you what classes you have to take here in order to meet your graduation requirements. We're also telling you what the requirements are, obviously, for graduation. And then we're always signing your enrollment verification form for each term. So every quarter, you will have to have a meeting with me, and we normally do them in a group setting. Right now, obviously, it's all virtual settings, but it's still a group setting where we go over that. And then the college is just there to provide you advising and registration. And if you want to get your AA, assisting you with that. And then they send grades to us at the end of every quarter. So this is screenshot from Running Start. Okay, this is the typical cost. It's about $9 for an ID. It's optional. You don't have to have an ID, but every year you could have an ID. Fees are $7.25 per credit per term, so per quarter. There are course fees of $30 to $45. Some are more, some are less. Okay, that's just an average, and that's per course. And then books, anywhere from $50 to $150 per book. You can rent college textbooks, and that's a good way to go most of the time. You don't actually need to own those college textbooks all the time. And then transportation, obviously right now it's all virtual, so that's not a problem. But transportation is something to consider if we are going to go back in person. So cost comparison, if you are just a full-time Washington resident paying the tuition, it would cost about $1,700 per term. And that excludes the course fees and books. Okay, that is just the tuition. If you're doing Running Start and we pay for the 15 credits, it's approximately $258. So it's a huge savings still, but it's still not a free option. And that's just a low estimate. I've had fees more than that. I've had fees less than that. It's just a rough estimate. If you qualify for free and reduced lunch, or you are on like a state health plan or all those kinds of things, there's a possibility that you get a fee waiver. And again, though, that has to be sent to Running Start before you pay all the fees. They won't refund you money. They will waive money. They don't refund as easily. So we need to make sure that you are getting that information from me. And I'm the one, again, that processes all of the Running Start stuff. Now, qualifying for Running Start, for English placement. So right now, English placement is basically solely on your GPA. So because we have not done the Smarter Balance testing, we haven't had state testing last year. So our current 11th graders didn't test last year. And this year's 10th graders, we, as of now, will be testing, but that could change. We don't know that. So right now, you may have Smarter Balance scores to go by if you are currently in 10th grade. But these rules are there. They'll still be there for if you are in 9th grade and you're looking at this information, or if you're in 8th grade looking at this information. Okay, so these are the general guidelines from the schools. So for English, if you have a 2.9 or higher at Clark, you're good to go. You can take English 101. At LCC, it's a 3.0 or higher. Or you can have those Smarter Balance testing. If for some reason you don't meet those requirements, you can also take the AccuPlacer. It's an online test that will give you yours, and they'll place you then into the right level English class. For math, it has to be a smarter balance score of a 3 or 4. Because of that testing, and we don't have that right now, the only option for testing into math right now is the ALEX. And again, that's another computer-based assessment for math, and you can do that online through Clark or LCC. It's fully online. So if you think Running Start is for you, here are the steps that you're going to need to take. You need to attend a Running Start information meeting hosted by Clark or LCC. I will send that information out through the students' emails as soon as I get it. Right now, I've sent out Clark a couple weeks ago. I can resend that, and I don't have information as of now for LCC. So as soon as I get that, I will send that out through the student emails. You're going to apply for admission to Clark or LCC. Clark this year has changed, and they have no fees. It used to cost $25 to apply to Clark. It is now free. They are changing that this year. So Clark and LCC are both free. You would like, I would like you to apply by April. If you are considering it and you haven't made a 100% decision, you can stretch that. It is okay if you apply a little later. It's just April is the most beneficial timeline for us for scheduling and forecasting. So we're going to be forecasting in March with all of our students. When we're forecasting, you are going to put down that you are interested in Running Start, and I will walk all students through that. I will be sending videos out and walking everybody through how to do that actually. But you'll indicate that you are interested in Running Start. I will then reach out to you in April with a Google form, and you're going to fill that out. That's going to accept all the rules and regulations. And it's just little things of like, make sure that you are not double booking yourself, right? Make sure that you know the requirements to graduate still from high school. Your number one, if you do Running Start, your number one priority is making sure you can graduate high school over getting an AA there, okay? And then we will set up, once I get the Google form in from you, I will set up an individual meeting, and that is your first EDF meeting. And those will take place end of April or May. So again, we don't have very strict timelines here. Registration for new students at Clark and LCC is normally end of May, early June. So we have some time here to kind of stretch that out. But we want to make sure that we're answering any questions, we're clarifying anything you have. If you have questions on any of these programs, you can always talk to Ms. Maggie or myself, and the two of us are in constant communication. So if there's things you need, we're there to help you. So Eric, anybody have some questions?
Not at this time.
Eric, has this meeting been recorded?
Yes, this meeting has been recorded and we will put it out on the website. We also had a request for the slides of the presentation. We can also include a link to those slides as well.
That's easy to do. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to always reach out. I know I talk a lot and I talk fast. So
I would, if I don't know, to those other high school students watching right now, and I'm sure I'm probably preaching to the choir here. When you think about your high school course taking patterns, right? When you think about what courses am I interested in, be thinking about options. Be thinking about opening as many doors as you can, as wide as is possible. You will never close doors by looking at these options, by looking at college in the high school, by looking at dual credit. Those choices will never close doors. It's choosing not to do those things that may close doors in the future. You really want to stretch yourself. You really want to open doors. Be thinking about that as you think about your high school career. Should I be taking this, whatever, this class? Seems like it's a little bit challenging. That challenging class will open doors. It will never close doors by choosing to challenge those things. And I'm probably preaching to the choir to the students that are watching, but I would really encourage you to think along those lines.
and I have one more thing that I realized Liz is here from team, and I wanted to make sure that we are aware that these programs, Now, obviously, college and the high school are taught by our teachers, so that if you were at team and you wanted to take those, you do need a dual enroll at the high school to take those classes. But Cascadia Tech and Running Start are open to team students. So you can be enrolled in those programs and still be enrolled in team. You do not need to transfer to the high school necessarily if you want to still be enrolled in those programs. But if you're doing CTE dual credit, or if you're doing the college and the high school classes, you would dual enroll if you want to at team and at the high school. I think we're done, Eric. We have no questions.
Okay, we'll make sure that, thanks for coming, everybody. Terry, you did a fantastic job. You answered everybody's question. No questions. That's awesome.
That's how thorough I can be.
I just realized I was muted. I apologize. I just asked if there were any additional questions. There are no additional questions at this time.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Well, thank you all for attending. We'll have this video together and on the website in the coming days.
Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.